Hey guys, how's it going? This is Dilmer again and welcome back to my channel. So first of all, I want to thank you for joining my channel. I really appreciate your time. I know that you have a busy life and it means a lot to me that you're watching this video. It means a lot to me that you're subscribing to my channel. So thank you very much for doing that. And I'm pretty excited today because I'm basically going to be talking about why becoming a good listener has actually helped me. And I think it's something that will help you in your career if you're doing, if you're creating games, if you're creating apps, if you're a founder, or if you're just somebody that just, stumble upon this video and wants to learn why it's so important for me to become a good listener, then this is the video for you. So what I want to talk about is, how to become a good listener, why I think it's so important. The reason why I think it's so important is because, in many cases in my life, in many experiences that I had, there were a lot of people that they as soon as we had a meeting, they wanted to lead the meeting. They were the ones that were always talking, and I always thought about why some people were that way and why I wasn't I wasn't that way in many cases. And at the beginning I was thinking, well, maybe I should be the one leading. Maybe I need to step up and try to lead. Maybe I need to be doing more than talking. But at the same time, after years of experience and, going through meetings and meeting people and doing so many different things, I actually learned that, becoming a good listener is what's important. And I'm not saying it's not important to lead, but to be a leader, you don't need to be a talker. To be a leader, you need to build credibility. And in order for you to build credibility, you need to become a good listener. And by becoming a good listener, you gotta understand what is the problem that you're trying to solve, what is the new feature that you need to add, and what is it that is important for the other person. So a lot of times that I like to spend a lot of time in my office, and I'm thinking a lot about things that I want to implement. I want to create new games. I want to try to do new technologies, and I do a lot of thinking in my head. And if you think about listening, when you're listening and somebody's talking, you're trying to digest that information. You're trying to make sense of that information, and at the same time, your brain is trying to find ways to to how you can contribute to that information in a positive way, and in ways that you can actually expand the conversation. So whenever I come to a meeting or I meet somebody, I try to be the one that is always talking last, and it depends on the meeting. I mean, there's many scenarios that could happen. A lot of times if we're trying to implement a new strategy, and if we're talking about architecture and we have few architects in the room, then of course the architects are going to be leading the meetings, or unless they don't step up and lead the meeting, then I would start asking some questions and then become more of a passive person and start listening to see what they have to offer. So what I recommend you do is become a better listener, and that will help you understand better what not only problems, but also when somebody is trying to teach you something. Don't try to be the one that is trying to do the talk just because you want to sound more important or smart. I think what's important here though is like you listen to learn. I think if we're making games and you have people that want to help you, like I have two programmers right now in my team, and these are two young kids that are very, very smart. And yeah, I have a lot of experience making games. I build great things. I have more seniority in the in my role, but at the same time, these kids are very, very smart. So I try to have them lead the conversations. I wanna learn from them, and that's why becoming a good listener can do for you. Because these two kids that are working with me, they're really hungry. They are super excited about the games that we're making, and they're teaching me a lot. So I don't need to be the one stepping up and then talking over their toes. I want to be the one learning from them. I want to learn why they did an algorithm in a certain way, why they set up the architecture the way that it's set up, why there's just so many things that you can learn from somebody. And that's one of the things that I recommend that you do is become always a good listener. Try to listen to everything that is happening. Try to not only listen but also understand. And as you are digesting the information, you're contributing with the conversation, but you don't need to be the one talking. Becoming a good listener is gonna actually help you in learning better about solutions that you want to implement, that you need to implement. So that's really what I wanted to talk to you about today, and I really recommend that you do that. Try that for a couple of weeks, see how that goes. Use what I really want you to focus on is understanding anything that that you're listening to. Don't really worry about what people say because you're not contributing. Be the one that is listening, because you are gonna be contributing to what the conversation might be about, what the problem might be about. That's what's important. You need to be able to understand what's happening. And what happens to me a lot, and I know that I was gonna be about to end this video, but this is what happened to me the other day. Is I thought I needed to contribute to a conversation, and I didn't contribute to the conversation, but I listened to what the problem was. I didn't understand the problem really well at that time, but I didn't contribute to the conversation either because I didn't understand it. Then a couple of days went by, and I was able to digest the information. I was able to get a grasp of what was happening in the conversation, or what the problem was. I digested. Couple of days went by. I came back into as a team. We talked about it again. I just by going through and thinking about it for a couple of days, it gave me a better understanding of what we were trying to solve, and it was really interesting because people in the meeting that that were talking a lot about it, they had a lot of different solutions, but I didn't have a solution at the time. So a couple of days went by. They wanted to implement the solution that they discussed in that meeting. Then I came back and I had some time to think about it. I actually was able to come up with a better solution by by thinking about the problem, by giving myself time to think about what I wanted to solve. So that's really what I really recommend that you do is become a better listener in everything that you do, and you're gonna see that's really gonna be helping you in in anything that you do in life. Thank you very much, guys, and that's really what I wanted to talk about in this video. If you guys have any questions, let me know through the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to this video. Thank you, guys.